I know, right? I
What?
might go get it.
We all
Um,
cannot be on camera.
I know. I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna go get it in a minute. Hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girl, Dr. Joy Pre PhD, Monty, and Callie. We are here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. What was this episode called, y'all?
Roger
Uh,
that.
yeah, Roger that.
Roger that. All right, that was a good. Am I echoing? Hopefully not.
No.
Roger that. All right. I'm on my headphones right now. So everything we said is allegedly our opinion. We don't have a good time. Please like and subscribe so it'll help our algorithm. So let's rate the episode, everyone, and then I'm gonna share it out.
I give it a 7, maybe.
All right, that's good for you. Wow.
A 5. I gave it a 5.
Right. I think it was like a 6. I think it was a filler episode. I can't
Yeah.
figure out how to do this on my phone. All right. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was just a positive episode with a little shade in it.
Yeah, it was
Did
okay. I mean, yeah, nothing.
did y'all yeah, did y'all miss the Scots at all?
No,
I did.
You did? I did not miss them.
I
I
mean,
didn't
not
either.
miss them in a way of it wasn't an interesting episode to me. It didn't even feel like it moved the story on outside of the Fletchers. I actually enjoyed the Fletcher part because it's new. I
Yeah.
just enjoy watching a new dynamic on the show, but it wasn't any, the segments. No, it was only like three or four segments, 4 segments,
Mm-hmm.
and other
Oh,
than
hold
the
on, I share it.
Kiki and what's the name kind of moving the story forward, I didn't feel like that. I just thought this was kind of a really good episode in regards to introducing us to the Fletchers.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, it
really
was because they were kind of in almost every thing except they were in like in every little segment except maybe one when they
right.
went dancing and then Mel's thing and then their own thing. So yeah. Do
So
you
what
think
do you
they're
guys?
gonna replace anybody?
No. Do you think that Nell
Yes.
has
I
anything
think so too,
specific?
Kelly. You did. I'll ask the question in a minute. Go ahead.
Do you think that Nell had anything specifically in common with Tisha?
Where's that come from?
You didn't hear the question?
I don't. I don't. Give me. What do you mean? I don't know what you're asking. I guess.
Well, when you was with Nell on the show last night, did she have anything about her that was very much so in common with Tisha to you?
No.
No? Okay. You neither, Joy?
No, it never
I. Don't-
crossed my mind.
Never
In
crossed your mind.
regards to
All right.
what? In
That's what I'm
regards,
saying. Where did it come from?
I'm
What do you
just,
mean?
yeah.
Well, her dress that she was dancing in was too little. Mm-hmm. That's it. It was
That
very
was.
too little.
Oh, I
It
thought
was
you meant
too
like her
little.
attitude or
No,
her.
no, 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 no. It was.
Oh well, yeah, her dresses were little, and when they were dancing at the wedding, I did peep that. But other than
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
so
At the wedding, you're right.
yeah, that was very little. So I want to go back to my question. So Joy, you do think that they may be replacing someone, or they're
Yeah.
they're filling them out for some? I do too.
Yes.
I don't
It,
know
it,
who.
definitely Lou and Tiff.
Right?
Oh my.
Definitely
Ah,
Lou.
you
I
hear me?
don't
I don't know
know
who.
what their use is. No disrespect to them. They may be a lovely couple
Oh, we got
outside the
comments.
show. I just don't think they're interesting, in my opinion.
What did Joy? What did you do to hate? Help us. I'm on my phone, y'all. I may go get my laptop, but I'm like laying in the bed. Don't feel like going to
What
get
did
it, but
I
I might.
right? What did I do to
I know.
hate?
What did she
I
do?
haven't even said nothing. Other than I like watching, I did enjoy the Fletcher part. I thought that was very interesting.
Oh yeah. Anyway, let's go to the our chat stick moment of the week. Do y'all want to talk about? I know it's a hot topic between Joy and Callie, so I don't even know if I want to bring it up. But the Kiki testing of it all. So she went live, um, and she went to the place that
Oh,
she goes get tested,
I think
and
Obama.
at first she didn't have letterhead. She went back. She said people wouldn't believe her, so she went to go get letterhead. Um, did she need to do that? Was that the why?
No, and it raised suspicions more about Mel's test than amongst the groups than anything. It should, this is my thing with Kiki. I don't even know how to say this any clearer. She really needs to stop. If Kiki, look, she don't really owe us nothing. Like, let's
No.
keep it up. This really is
Mm-hmm.
her business. It's her business, her business. And I understand she wants to, you know, wants to be believed. I get that. That's a human factor. But I do also believe that I don't think Kiki gets that the reason that there's so much suspicion around her in general is because she talks in vague terms and she really hasn't told us her story. Now, I personally I'm a little biased because I've been around addicts my entire life, unfortunately. And there is usually a set of behaviors that I've seen. Everybody isn't like the people who have been in, particularly my parents' circle. They're proud of their stories when they're clean. Like, they tell their stories. I think this is a missed opportunity. Again, Kiki don't owe us nothing, but I know that they pitched her telling her story because she said this before, because it does affect other people. But when she hasn't, I mean, she keeps contradicting herself. That's like, I'll give you an example of a contradiction, something that's significant to some, insignificant to others. She'll say, they haven't done anything to me. We ain't messed with each other in 10 years. And then on the other end, there's a whole interview with her and Carlos King. Basically, she was saying that she was mad at Tisha, or felt some type of way, was her words, with Tisha, because she felt like she should have put her on. And on her very first day of filming, Tisha said that she could come over there, which wasn't unusual, her words, because she was always over there. It's kind of strange to, like, see, it depending on what the situation is. Or when Marceau was sitting at the when they were at the reunion last year, and Marceau was saying that we hate to see you in that place, and they were having that conversation. Kiki sitting up there shaking her head. It's really weird to me how she kind of contradicts herself in stories. She don't owe us nothing, but tell us the truth.
All right, so it's no, it didn't. Y'all complained that Mel did it. Then she goes to the doctor, like y'all said, and it's still a problem. That girl can't win. I've never complained that Mel did it. I felt like nobody would believe her unless it came from a doctor. So then it comes from a doctor, and people still doubt and question. So maybe they just don't want to believe her. So that's not
I
true
don't,
for me.
but
Maybe it's for other people.
I
So
mean,
here's,
okay.
Go ahead, Callie.
I don't think that Kiki has missed an opportunity to tell her story because she didn't bring her story to the show.
She literally did.
She did not bring her story to the show. Marsal and Tisha brought her
What's
story
that
to the
coming?
show.
No,
So
they didn't.
eventually, yeah, it came out that it was about the cousin Kiki, but it was not there because she put it there. And I
It's
know we go back
literally
and
there
forth about.
because she put it there.
No, Marsal and Tisha put it there. I don't
How?
think by talking about it, by telling Mel and them about it. And then so
Before the show
when
was
Mel
ever
was talking
filmed.
about
So
it, Joy,
because she said
did it
this,
come up
Let
on
her
the
finish,
show?
Joy. Let her finish.
Did
Go
it
ahead,
come up
Callie.
on the show? It came up on the show. It didn't come up on the show just because, well, let's talk about a drug issue today.
Tisha
It
brought
came
it
up
up
on
on
the
the screen.
show.
But
They told her business to Melody and Marcel. Whether all this happened before our show or not, it came up on the show. And
by
Melody was then
Kiki.
able to Melody
Go
was
ahead,
then
Callie.
able to say that, they just kind of joked about it and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. However, they talked about it. It didn't come because of her. So she didn't have a missed opportunity. One thing I will agree with you. I mean, she should shut up at this point. She
Yeah.
should shut up because she's trying to prove something to Marsau and Tisha. And Marsau is the last person that anybody should need to prove something to. It just is ridiculous to me. But there's no missed opportunity to tell your story when you didn't bring your story out there to tell.
I think I get what you're saying, Callie. I think what you're saying is that if they would have never said anything to Melody and Martell, then there would be nothing to tell. So
Literally.
the fact that's what you're saying. So the fact
Literally.
that
Yes.
they did that created this domino effect of them being able to even bring this on the show. Because if they
Yes.
would not have told this, it wouldn't even be a factor. Now I
It
will
really
say
would not be.
I will say that we don't know if she's told her story on the show. I feel like they cut and sliced this thing up in so many different ways. But if you follow her in her interviews with other people, she does tell her story. She's not ashamed of her story. To me, I think she talks too much about her story. I think it's the opposite of what you're thinking, Joy. They like, don't talk about it anymore because you don't have anything to prove to anybody. And she says she keeps doing it because of guilt. She feels embarrassed. She felt ashamed. She was the first one to go to college. She felt like everybody looked up to her. And now she feels like she needs to kind of explain why this happened. But I feel like people going to want to judge her regardless. If they don't want to believe her, they won't. If they do want to believe her, they will. She owes people nothing. And I feel like she keeps trying to prove herself because maybe she was embarrassed and she wants to show people she's changed. I don't know. Anita said it too. Marceau and Tisha put Kiki's business out there. And I think that's what you're
Let me
saying,
say,
Callie.
let me just to rebut that. To be crystal clear, the conversation between the Scotts and Mel and Martell about Kiki happened before an episode, before season 1, before Love and Marriage even existed. This wasn't a
Okay.
conversation that was had while she was on the show. And the first bit that what had the domino effect when Kiki first came on the show, her first episode as a cast member, not just like like just happened to be, we know that she was on the show before under T-Shed, like her party and here or there. But I'm talking about as a cast member. When her very first episode, she was talking about Tisha at Mel's sleepover. When Tisha got word about what was said, she went to Kiki and was like, "Why are you talking about me and as somebody, with somebody who don't even rock with me?" Her response was, "Well, you told my business to them." So from the time we heard that was the first introduction that there was business to tell. It didn't come
Okay,
from wait a minute.
Joy. No, first of all, what you saying don't make no sense, and I'm gonna tell you why. Schultz stuff happened before the show came on. They still talk
It
about
ain't
how
before
Schultz
the
was
show
no,
came
no,
on,
no.
before the
But
show
it had
ever existed.
right before the show ever existed. Martell cheated on Melody. They talk about it now. Before the show even existed, they went to Atlanta on the boys trip properly. They talk about it now. So you cannot place a time because it happened before the show came on that people can't talk about stuff
But it's
because
not
that's what they
about
do.
talk about it.
But
It's
that's
the
what you said.
introducing it. No, it's the introducing it to the audience. You can
But
have
so did too. Everything
and
has been introduced
that's
before this.
fine, but we know
Okay.
about the Atlanta trip because somebody said something.
That's
If
what
Well,
then.
we
somebody
know
didn't
about
say nothing, we
we
would
know
never
about
know
Kiki
about
because somebody said something. It's
Right.
all the same thing, Joy.
It's the same.
it.
I mean, come
You
on.
just I
There's
don't
a difference.
understand.
If you don't think there's a difference from telling a general person, one person or a couple something versus going on national TV and saying it, I'm done. But
You
okay,
gonna have to be done, Joy, because that's how it happened. If they wouldn't have never said that general thing to someone else, it would not be on this show. There's cause and effect. And just because it didn't happen in your time frame or in real time does not
this
mean it
ain't
can't come
about
up
the
later.
time frame. Y'all are
It
getting
can't it
that
doesn't
mixed
mean
up.
it can't
But
come up
because
later.
something happened 6 years
Girl, you
ago
just
and I brought it on a national platform 6 years later, you can't then blame them because it was said 6 years prior and
why
you get
not?
all this feedback.
Why not?
If we weren't talking
because
about
she
things that happened
introduced it to
before the
us.
show,
Oh,
we
I
would
okay.
didn't
never
know
be
about
talking
this
at
6
all.
years ago.
Child, you didn't know about a lot of stuff on reality TV before it came on, but
And
it still comes on.
it's nobody's
Thank you.
arguing. It's just
You
nobody's
are
arguing
arguing that,
that.
You
Joy.
are arguing.
It's literally not, because it's the same situation with Martell and Melanie. If Melanie season 1 had to said the about coleslaw, or not really coleslaw, had mentioned that Martell was cheating, I'm not saying that people wouldn't have found out, but we know about Martell's affair because she brought it to us as an audience.
Joy,
And we
let me
know
tell you
about
something.
Kiki's drug abuse because Marsau
Because
brought it to
Kiki
Melody.
introduced it to us.
No, she did not. No, she did not, Joy.
Kiki didn't
I
introduce it. Who told you? How did you know
Oh
about
my
their?
God.
How did you know? Tell me. How
I'll
do
be
It was
right
on
back.
the
Hold on.
I know?
My
it
headphones are
was
crazy.
on the show, Joy. The
Dang.
same show that all of us are watching, and you're the
No,
only
who
one that
said?
seems to
I ain't
think
talking about just on the show. Who told us that Kiki had a drug problem?
Marsau.
No, he did not.
Wait,
Kiki
look,
did.
I'm not gonna sit here and give you the episode, the season, etc.
Marcel did not
But I
tell
will
for
tell
a
you,
whole year. We didn't
it
even know what
came
the
up on
secret
the
was.
show. We all, and what did I say earlier? What did I say? I said Melody was then able to take it back to Tisha.
Hello?
I don't know what
Hello?
happened.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was my headphones. I'm on my headphones right now because they told me to put them on. StreamYard did because they said Google has echo right now and I need to put them on. Okay. So anyway, let's move on to the episode. Are we done with Kiki?
Latoria, that is just simply not true. For a
What?
whole
What part?
year, Latoria is saying that I'm not saying that Tisha didn't talk about it with Marceau, but the first person to actually tell us that it was a drug problem was literally Kiki. Kiki, although we said that the Kiki and all of that came with the conversation from Melody. For a whole half season, we heard about this secret and it never leaked. Everybody was guessing. Remember, we were
Okay,
saying
Let me.
bad
Joy,
bugs.
Okay. Are you back, Callie?
Joy, I haven't left.
Oh, we couldn't hear you. Did you? It went like silent.
Yeah.
You didn't hear anything I said, Joy?
Mm-mm.
No,
You didn't hear
that you
anything
didn't.
about Melody or any? You didn't hear me say anything about
No,
Melody?
you went
Oh,
silent.
okay. Well, I don't know how that happened.
I don't either.
It
I
wasn't
really
on
don't.
me.
It was. It wasn't on. It was you. It was on somebody.
That
It was
was
on
But I.
somebody. It was brought
that
to the
I
show,
know what
right?
it was. I know
So,
what it was. Let's keep it moving.
your question was who brought it to the show, and you didn't hear me answer that.
Sure, we heard it.
Shut up, Joy. Now she over there with a look. Sure, we heard it.
Look, I answered because I ain't hear nothing. But okay.
Okay, whatever. We know how it came to the show. It's because Martha and Tisha was gossiping about their cousin's information. Okay.
So there are a whole bunch of things that have happened in our group. A whole bunch. We have a private group that we go backwards and forward on stuff, what we gonna bring up, and all the time. You could have told me something in private. And in private, it is what it is. Now, these people that watch our show, if I tell the audience member, who has brought that to the attention of the audience member? Is it you because you told me in a private group?
Joy,
Or
but
is
that's
it
not
my
an example
mouth?
of anything that's happening on the show. So you need to compare
Joy,
the same situations.
but I'm gonna tell you this, Joy. If you get mad at me, or if you want to use something against me, you can do it. So if I do want to get it out before I feel like you're going to tell, I will. So that could have been what she was doing. They were not in a good place. Even like with Ebony, we were like, we're happy she told about her going to jail or whatever happened on New York because somebody on the show is going to bring it out. So it was out there now. So that could have been why she told her story. But it was her story to tell. It wasn't their story to tell. It was her story to tell. Your child, yes, they did. Okay, we're gonna have to agree to disagree because I can't.
Because that's crazy to me. It's a whole lot I know that I wouldn't say in front of an audience.
But that's you. But how you know your supposedly family? You know how Miss Wanda talk. She talk about everything. Anybody. It's first time Kiki made Tisha mad. She gonna go on and say, you know, she was a pill popper. You know, she was a drug addict. Come on now. We already know how she
Not
moves.
even what's crazy is not even
Child.
Wanda told it. Because I was actually surprised about that. I was actually surprised about that.
But we don't
She
need to
didn't
be
get her
surprised
chance.
about
She
that.
didn't
We
get a
didn't have
chance.
to.
She
We
didn't get
didn't
a
have to.
I'm
chance.
talking
Her
about not
daughter
on the
told it.
show. I'm talking about even on her lives and stuff. I was at because everybody was guessing. Nobody knew what happened, what this issue was.
But
Nobody should
you
have known nothing about that issue, and we wouldn't know nothing about it had Marcel never opened his mouth to Melody.
And we wouldn't have known anything about it
what?
with Keisha if Kiki hadn't mentioned that to Tisha.
That's why I'm saying simply. Wanda
We
said
would have
Kiki was
known it,
supposed to
Joy,
be
because it was
aborted.
already mentioned.
Wanda
Come on.
said some foul things. She would have
Yeah,
brought it out.
it was
It was she would have
terrible.
brought it out.
But you know
Okay.
what? Wanda is the type of person that's just like that. Now I will agree with that. She a hater in
Yeah.
that regard. She's the type of person that probably laughed when Kiki was first using
Oh, she
because
yeah.
yeah, I can see that Wanda's kind of mean. Like that's the toxic trait of her. I did like I definitely miss the comedic element that she brought to the show.
Well, Marsha was asking where we were. So, Marsha, we always do a chat stick of moment of the week, and we were talking about Kiki going to the clinic to prove that she has been clean. Even when Tisha sat down at the exercise place and said, "I know she on drugs because she be asking people for money."
Oh,
So,
that's foul.
but anyway. So we're gonna get to the show now, but we try to do that so people can come in and we can start on it. So let me get my notes up. What do y'all think about the Fletchers and their dancing abilities? Did they drop it like it's hot?
Does she look different than she did like a couple of seasons ago? I was watching her. I was like, did she get a BBL or
She
something?
got something, yeah.
I thought it was just me because it seemed like
Oh,
they don't. He's always been kind of nice looking. I'm not saying she
mm-hmm.
was homely. I'm not. I hate that I even said that out loud. I'm not saying that, but she does look more. I don't know what the word is. Is it
Callie
sex?
said she thought she was on what, Callie? What you say?
Is it sexy or I don't
You
know.
st- you you thought she was
Ozympia?
on Ozempic. Yeah, Callie
Yeah.
feels like she's lost the weight.
I
Um,
mean, oh, she definitely lost some weight.
mhm.
I don't know what the issue is, but I'm just saying there is a young factor to her.
Yeah,
It's a younger factor to her that I don't think was there initially. And I don't know how old they are. I was trying to figure out
we
that.
looked it up. Wasn't she like 50?
Yeah, they're 52, something like that. I think it was right,
Okay,
52 years old.
early 50. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Or
she looked good. I wish she got new wigs, but she looked good.
Is that what it is?
I
It's the
don't know.
It's
wig.
just, I mean, there's something ain't right. I
It's
don't
the
know.
wig. But
But
I like them.
she definitely the bone collector, ain't she? I mean, that's
Oh,
what
child.
somebody commented about that on TikTok, and I said, "You are sure right." I hadn't thought about that, but she gonna tell a story, okay?
And sometimes she don't tell it right because Martell did not mention what you think about going about Melanie J. the other day. It was just the opposite. She said that to Martell. It
Oh,
was
sis,
literally
I couldn't
just the
remember.
opposite. It was just the opposite. People been talking about that in the group.
Oh, it's hard for me to go into Huntsville groups because these people, I don't know
They
why
can't
they watch the show. They
because
don't like nothing.
they
Ooh,
mentioned that and how she took something. She twisted
Oh, sh-
something that Melanie. Oh, something that she twisted between Marceau and Melanie.
oh, really?
Yeah, it was so this was a
bundles
pattern.
on top
Like
of bundles, simply.
so if you're gonna tell it right.
Okay,
Editing.
so Angela said it could have been editing with that conversation. I don't remember it. I just know. What did you think about her telling Fletch, which is Chris, as they call him Fletcher, about her and Martell's conversation and saying that he kind of got loud with her? Was that accurate or was she?
Well, I mean, he didn't get loud, but
He
the
got
disagreement got a little heated.
passionate. It was
Yeah.
So
passionate.
that was true. I mean, I don't. He didn't go overboard, but it was true.
But she was just as passionate as him at times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you,
Mm-hmm. She was.
in my opinion, I can't bring something to you that a person is telling you that is hurtful to them, regardless of how we feel about Martell. But if he flat out said he thought it was disrespectful, he told her up front, and he even said, I don't even think y'all should go. He said that before it blew up. But my point is, if somebody's telling you that something makes them feel and you want to continue that conversation and keep escalating and escalating, in my opinion, you ask for that. Ain't no way I'm going to turn around and then tell my husband, get him all worked up about something that I initiated, started, continued, and played with.
Well, I don't think he got upset at all. He just said, "Do I need to talk to him?" So I
Oh,
think, yeah, Fletcher
yeah.
didn't
I'm
seem
just saying
mad.
the mere fact that she did, though, like
That's how she took it, though.
it's
That's how she
the
took it.
same situation happened with Stormy. And I thought, although I thought the whole situation was stupid about $100, two millionaires tripping off
Mm-hmm.
$100, she had a better claim than he did, than I thought Nell did.
Because it
Stormy
was
didn't
like,
walk up to
because
Martell. Martell came to her, trying to kind of mess up her spirit, so to speak.
well, you don't think, well, Martell ain't at fault for nothing, so we gonna move on.
I
Uh,
didn't say that. Yeah.
Okay.
so my thing is, why is the Fletcher's attending Mel's name changing ceremony a problem, but then going on a double date with him and Sheree wasn't? Mm, I didn't know they went on a double date.
Why is Fletcher's attending Mel's name changing a problem, but them going on a double date with him? Oh, yeah, yeah. But,
That
I mean,
is a little,
yeah, I mean, that's a good
yeah,
point.
that
Simply because
is.
had Mel questioned that, it would be the same thing like Martell is questioning the name change. Why y'all going? Y'all have to pick a side. And that is hard though when you're going through a divorce. People do pick sides, but Fletcher said that they met Martell and Melody together. So that's why it was hard for them to pick sides. However, if you meet the other couple because they were your friends before the wedding, then to me that's the side you're going to go with at the divorce. But what do you do when you met them at the same time? I don't know. Martell thinks you need to pick a side.
So it was awkward, but I don't think she was wrong for breaking it to her husband. She felt the way she felt. That's what you were saying, Callie.
Yep.
Yes, at the same time, you are in control of you. So I guess Tisha ignoring Kiki and hugging her husband means she asked for the baptism. And I want to say this: they have showed that baptism every episode. They showed it this episode too. The Scots wasn't even in today, the episode yesterday, and they showed the baptism. Oh, I don't think people are on. Will you let us know if you missed the Scots or not from this episode? And it doesn't look like they're going to be in the next one either from the previews, but we'll get into that later. So let us know, the people who are on. We have a lot of people on right now, if you missed them at all. All right, let's go to what's my next thing. Oh Lord. I just said Martell is still in the house. Martell is still in that house, y'all.
What's up with that?
Right now,
While they were filming, he said, "I'm just trying to
Yeah.
make him move out." Why is he still in that house?
So listen, we know Martell will take advantage of a situation, but I just wonder. I mean, because that's just proven. But do you think Chris somehow miscommunicated something to him to make him think he can stay there like that? I mean, I can't
Oh,
imagine considering
I
Chris
have
is a
it has to be
realtor.
a storyline. I keep saying that every
it's
time.
got to be. If
Got to
he
be a storyline.
he don't get his
I
this.
mean, Martell can't be that selfish.
First of all, this man that came and put a sign in the yard. Like, if that ain't a sign, I want you out the house. What does
You said
Martell need?
Martell can't be
I think that
selfish.
house sold though.
Well,
Remember?
it has
Did we
now,
look it up? Yeah.
Yeah, they has. But he
but
was
during
because
filming, he clearly made it known that Martell was supposed to be gone and wasn't. I mean, Jesus
I
Christ.
said, Martell, why are you still in that man's house? And Nell told Fletch, she said, I'm keeping your last name. So everybody don't want to change it. So I ain't mad about that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so I was excited with the Tiffany and Stormy thing because when she walked in, y'all, she didn't have on her paparazzi jewelry. Did y'all notice?
I did not.
She did not. Now she had on an old lady cape.
Listen.
She did have
Well,
on an
you
old
know
lady
that
cape.
baby, the baby is still new though. She probably didn't want the baby to rub up against that fake stuff and get
Or,
like
or,
glue pain.
or pull on it and put it in his mouth and it just turned the baby mouth green. Yeah, she probably was
Exactly.
like,
So, that's what you call a good parent right there.
That is
Okay.
hilarious.
Mhm.
y'all go back and watch. I was like, oh my God, she don't have on her paparazzi jewelry. And then go to confessional and she got it on. I was like, well, damn. But she didn't have it on. So then Tiffany gonna
Good.
say this, and I just want y'all to know.
Hello? You went blank.
Can y'all hear me?
Now I
We do
can.
now.
Okay. She said, how was the most relevant and irrelevant person? Who said this? To Tiffany. Talking about Kiki.
Yep. Yep.
Is
Yep.
she does she think she's relevant? Like, what do y'all think about that comment?
She absolutely
Who
thinks she's
said it to
relevant.
who?
So I'm sorry, I must have went out. So Tiffany and Stormy when they met up,
Hmm.
Tiffany Stormy was like, "You were mean talking about Kiki
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
on Carlos," and she gonna say that Kiki is the most irrelevant person. And I'm thinking, Tiffany, are you looking in the mirror? Like, what did y'all think when she said this?
Hmm.
You know, she's never hid how she feels about Kiki. She doesn't like the girl. She thinks she's always in trouble. She thinks she's
She,
always starting trouble. She just doesn't like her. She's being honest about it though.
I think
Mm.
she, I think she see Kiki as ghetto or classless. I really think that's what she,
Mm-hmm.
and she thinks she. I mean, she flat out said it. She thinks she better. I like that. Stormy held her accountable about that. She was just like, "That is what you say," and she was like, "Well, I really say that?" She was like, "We ain't talking semantics here."
Not verbally, right?
Like, let's keep, I mean, I know she was getting frustrated. Keep it a buck. That is what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what she
But
was saying. But does Stormy go a little bit overboard? I mean, saying to Tiffany, it hurt me that you said that about her. I just never looked at you that way. Come on, Tiffany's the shadiest person on the show since day one. What do you mean you were shocked that she spoke that way?
I
She
mean,
always speak that way.
if you are an elitist though, you would think somebody like Kiki is a lowlife.
that's true. But I
Like
mean,
if you make
Stormy didn't come, and it may have hit Stormy different because Stormy didn't come from much, and she is where she is. She built herself up.
But
So,
neither did Tiffany. According to Tiffany, didn't she
well,
grow up in the double wide stuff?
she
girl
did.
even got no teeth. So
I mean, so
that's
you know,
really not the issue. Really, the for real issue is she has in her mind that she's better than, and she's elitist for no reason. But Marceau thinks like that as well. Marceau is elitist.
Well,
She in her mind, like to us, she don't look like nothing. Nothing about her says success to me. Nothing. I ain't saying
uh,
that she's not successful or that she doesn't do great things because
uh-huh.
I've heard nothing but great things about her. Um, uh, business wise, but the
mm-hmm.
reality she don't look like nothing, and basically she don't know uh Kiki, so all she's doing is going by the fact that drug usage is an issue for her, the fact that she's been on Crime Stoppers, and in her mind she's on the up trajectory, and Kiki is a lowlife.
And but she acts like that's not what she meant to Stormy. Like, I don't really feel that way. Like, but Tiffany, I think you're right. Tiffany was shocked that Stormy was shocked that Tiffany was shady. And I
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
sitting there like, but she messy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, so
literally.
it's weird Tiffany thinks that because Stormy was about to fight. So do she feel that way? What about, I don't know what you're saying, Tori.
when
But
they
the
got into
difference
it.
is Stormy also is a very Stormy is the type of person because she's the type of personality that's almost split. She's a heck of a business person. So Stormy has something in her mind of value to bring to the table. I mean, I kind of agree
Yeah.
that Stormy is ghetto, like flat out. But I don't think anybody with all her ghetto-ness, she has started a business in her kitchen and has
Mm-hmm.
thrived. So if you want to talk about somebody, and she didn't go to school for this, she learned. All of her issues were through trials and tribulations that she overcame. So she does have value. And I hate to say it like this, but what does Kiki have? If you look at, I mean, I'll even go into an elitist head.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, she don't have nothing to offer this show but mess. She don't have an established business. She does. We don't know anything about it. All we know is that she don't like her cousin and her
Well,
husband.
no, that's not all we know. We know that she has a college education. We know that she used to be a college professor. We know that she is married just like everybody else
And
on the
she
show.
lost
We
it
know that
to
she
a
has a
drug
family just
use.
like everybody else on the show. So what you're saying, Joy, is that she is nothing to you because she has an addiction to drugs, then that in itself is pitiful. She has everything else on that show that you need to be on a married type of show, I guess. She's educated.
But the way all of the other people are business owners of some sort.
And they also have criminal past.
While this is
they also
always
have a
been
criminal
about love
past.
and marriage. Okay.
They also have a criminal past.
All of them.
When you're trying to kick that, just make that a Kiki thing, I just don't think that's safe to do. Because if you want to get the check, and what did we say about the entire Hope family? Come on now. They have a criminal past. Even Stormy laughed because she's been arrested.
I think yes.
We're trying to kick Kiki to the curb because of a drug addiction.
A criminal past. Because
what?
I don't even know her criminal background. Other than Crime Stoppers. Kiki.
Okay, but whatever it is, I'm saying you're trying to make it look like she's the only one on the show that shouldn't be there. When if you really want to go and compare what's bad about each,
like what is she doing other than
oh my god.
She's writing a book, Joy. She has poetry that she's doing. Her husband works, so she may be a housewife like Toya right now. That doesn't make her any less than.
Or did Tiffany come in and take over?
It makes you no less than. It's just like Toya being a housewife on Married to Medicine. She has the life where her husband's taking care of her. What makes that her less than? Because she don't have to work right now.
It's not about less than on Married to Medicine. They're on that show because she is married, literally, to a man who is in the medical field. That qualifies her.
Joy, this show is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's married to a man who lives in Huntsville.
I thought it was still based on, it still had a business element to
When
it.
When?
Who on that doesn't have one? I'm asking. Who even Destiny?
But that's
everybody on this show is a business owner and has been on.
Is her husband a business owner? I mean, Kiki's.
We don't know.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
About saying what they don't have if we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know because the only thing she's been hyper focused on is her cousin.
The only thing they're showing us is this, Joy. You, for one, know how they work.
I mean, I know how they work, but you make a decision. They still can't earn anything that we don't give them.
That's fine, and she's fine with it. Toya on Married to Medicine says she done wrote a book. She done started a wine thing. She done all kind of stuff. They have not shown it. She's still on that show. She's still getting her check. So Kiki could be doing the same thing. She's still getting her check.
To me, Toya and her are totally different.
No, they're the same. They're the same. They just don't want. They're the same. The damn same.
The name of Married to Medicine is Married to Medicine.
And the name of this show is Love and Marriage Huntsville, and she married to somebody in Huntsville.
Okay.
Is that not true? If we're going by the name, is that not true?
You're talking
that. It's also, I thought it was a business element to this franchise to
And one of the
this
main
show.
complaints about the show is that it hasn't had enough of the business element. They're trying to bring that back this year. So you couldn't have possibly thought it was still a business element considering it hasn't been there since season 1. Except for Melody. Stormy has now come to the show. We're seeing a lot more this season than we ever have, honestly.
I mean, but we always see them at Black. Always. We
What does that
always
mean?
see
You mean
that's
where
a
somebody
business.
reported
We
that they were trying
always
to have
see
the
them
legal
at
card
Black.
games?
We all know. Well, they don't really highlight Kimmy's and Maurice's stuff.
Why
Mm-mm.
is that?
Their business, because they've been hyper focused on the cancer.
Oh, her coochie. But we can do
Oh,
that all day. Talk about her
oh,
coochie. So, well, nothing wrong with the comeback story. We could see people at all levels working your way to success should be part of the show. I agree. Joy double standard because Tisha didn't have nothing. She built while she was on the show. So why
thank you.
can't Kiki do the same? Like I'm thinking they're the same, but
I think
um,
double standard
Tisha
is
built it
like
Ki-
off
her
of Melody's
favorite phrase
blueprint.
in the whole wide world. That every time I see a post in these groups,
because Joy, you do have double standards sometimes.
and
Kimmy
double,
didn't have a
it ain't
business
me.
as well.
That's what
Most
she said
times.
to everything. That's our answer for everything.
Kimmy didn't have a business as well, but was on the show. She was just a working person, like she was a nurse. So
Who?
I feel Kimmy.
Kimmy?
But Maurice did.
Okay, so maybe
Oh,
her husband does, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I mean,
Maybe Kiki's husband has a business and she's a housewife. I mean, he has to be doing something for them to be able to have a house.
Church is not. He does not own anything unless he owns a barbecue place, but not out there.
who doesn't?
But who?
Church
Who?
shoes. He don't own a business.
But he has enough money for her not to work and her to be a housewife.
I mean, I'm not
That's
arguing.
fine. That's fine to me.
I'm talking about business.
But why do they have to have a business? This show is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. It ain't called Love and Marriage Huntsville and owning your own business and being an entrepreneur.
I thought really, literally, if I had to paraphrase what I thought the show was, still based around Black couples that are entrepreneurs. Like,
So you're saying
literally.
that nobody else can join this show
I'm
unless
not
they're an entrepreneur?
I just said that I thought that like it ain't that deep. I mean, even Nell and what's the name? They own businesses.
Right, but
Like,
they can show other people. They don't have to
he
own a
is
business.
literally the only one
Okay, I think we're,
that
we're on the
don't. That's
wrong
all I'm
road.
I
saying.
feel like it
Unfortunately,
too. Yeah. Let me
yeah,
go to something else.
unfortunately, wrong road, wrong road.
Well, yeah. He does something for her not to work. That's what I'm saying. He has to be doing something
What does
for
that
her
have
not to
to do
work.
with her not them? We don't know if they own it. They're literally the only couple.
But what is that such a
He's
big
not even
deal?
featured as a couple.
But
That
why is
means
that such a big deal?
I thought that was the premise of the show.
But that's not your thought was wrong, Joy, because it's not the
That's
premise.
how it was sold.
But that's not what it is now. It may be moving to a different direction.
Well,
Destiny didn't have a business. We saw Destiny build
yes,
and
she
wasn't
did.
married.
She
Definitely.
literally had a business. She had
But
Madonna.
you didn't know about it and you were fine with her being on there.
No, she talked about building Madonna when she first came on the show.
Oh,
She
I
was
must didn't pay her no attention.
when
I
she
just saw her being mad because her husband was a chicken man.
no, like she came when she talked about when they first came on the show. That was her whole point, was to come on the show to be the first Black beauty supply place in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
So she had like 4 different grand openings several different times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm not even arguing that. When she was married, her husband had his own business.
So Amin or Kiki, please get a business so you can qualify to be on this show that's called Love and Marriage Huntsville. No, she didn't. She didn't have her business until COVID. I don't know when she got her business.
She got her business before COVID. The only reason why I know that is because my daughter literally was in Huntsville in the fall of 2018. And before this even happened, she didn't even know what she knew about Love and Marriage Huntsville. She didn't know what was what. And I told her about a Black owned one, and it was Ebony. I mean, it was Destiny, not Ebony. And she went to her shop. She's the one that told me it wasn't a whole lot of stuff on there. It wasn't nobody in there, but she had a shop. And
Okay. So Destiny's unsuccessful business is more suited for this show versus a man who seems to be working in a business where he can take care of his family and his wife don't work. But as long as you have a business, unsuccessful or not,
We don't know
it
nothing
makes you
about.
okay for this show.
We don't know nothing about him. We don't know nothing
That,
about
but sure, I mean, Joy,
other than she don't like her cousin. I mean, we don't know nothing
but
about.
that's because that's what they showing. Did you know she's writing a book?
Did they like her
Absolutely.
cousins love
All
her
she did
though?
was talk about her cousin.
Because
Can
that's
we
not
just
they're not
can we
showing
just
they're
point
not
that
because
out?
they're not showing it on the show, Joy. They're not showing it on the show. Because
Sure.
I know she's writing a book because she went live and talked about her book.
Okay. She probably
So
wrote.
but that's they're not showing it on the show. You can't fault this lady for something they're not showing.
How do you know that they're filming it?
Oh my God.
You're
But how do
assuming
you
that
know they're not? But you're assuming that they're
I
not.
don't
So
know.
I'm
I
ma-
don't.
I'm making the same
That's what
type of
I'm
assumptions
saying.
you are.
I guess here, this is where I think there is a disconnection. I'm you. This girl has a choice with what comes out her mouth. She could choose to talk about her cousin on tape or not. She could have used this opportunity only to promote what she's doing. Now, whether or not it would have aired, I don't know. She's choosing to use something to be shown.
Joy, just
If it
like the
don't,
sweet tea
it's
girl
irrelevant.
on Married to Medicine. She said access to the money. This girl said so many other things. And
I
you know what they
remember.
showed? Access to the money. So they gonna film you how they want. They gonna fit it in how they want. I don't know why Kiki is the only one that's being judged by this.
It's not that she's
By
being
you.
judged by
Yeah.
this. You have to decide what material you give them
Joy,
on.
it's reality TV. You gonna talk about your reality.
Kimmy and Mar. Look, I didn't even realize
None of the
Kimmy and
Scots
Maurice
were on
wasn't on the
there.
show either.
None of the Scots were on there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Do y'all think that Stormy should be the person to try to mend Kiki and what's her name?
No,
Tiffany.
I mean no. Just
The
no.
self-proclaimed beast since she was 5.
Yeah, she should be the one.
No, I
I
don't
don't
know
think so.
why they even want to try. I mean, Tiffany does not have. She doesn't care about the girl, so I don't think anyone should really try and force the friendship or whatever they're trying to do. It is what it is. She doesn't have to like her.
Well, Kiki said that it's in the
Can
that
I give an example?
Tiffany's. Oh, go ahead. Well, I'm just gonna say this. Kiki said that Tiffany has apologized to her. I don't know if they're gonna show it on camera or not, and they're cool now. But go ahead, Joy.
I hate when they do that kind of stuff too. You
Yeah,
create a problem and you don't show us
yeah.
the solution. Hopefully
Mm-hmm.
they will. With that being said, I was gonna give you all an example of deciding what you give the cameras. You think Stormy didn't
What?
ask? I was giving an example with Kiki. With I was saying they can only still play with your words based off what you give them. And I wanted to give you an example of somebody who probably wants to deal with something but ain't gonna deal with it on camera because you're not gonna make it her storyline. And that's Stormy. She's a little bit smarter than I think. Because if you think about it, you don't think Stormy didn't ask her about if she said her products were trash.
She did
She
ask her.
did
She asked
ask her.
Tiffany.
Oh,
She
she
asked
did.
her.
Did I miss
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
Yeah,
You
she did.
did. You missed it. And I'm gonna say this: when people start trying to make sure that they act a certain way, the audience finds out and they say she's guarded, she's trying to hide something, she's trying to do this. You get more criticized when you do that. But they did talk about that. But let's move on. Let's talk about the name changing of it all. What did y'all think about the ceremony?
Tiffany straightened up and fell in line. I kind of thought that too, Latoria. I don't know if we ever come. Okay, there it is.
What do you mean when Stormy was talking to her?
Yeah, Stormy was like, why'd you say that? I mean, where's that coming from? Not feel a certain kind of way. I mean, yeah, I think Tiffany's a little bit afraid of Stormy.
Oh.
And then, so you think you think Tiffany lying, or do you think Kiki lying?
About what?
I think Tiffany lying. I think Tiffany damn show talked about their lady products.
Oh yeah, oh sure.
Tiffany will talk about your son vaping in the bathroom at school. She is
Right,
gonna talk
right.
about your lady's products.
Tiffany ain't shy. I mean, Tiffany is the one that asked Sheree. I mean, are you putting it down that good? I mean, she gonna talk about you. She ain't afraid. She will lie, cheat, and steal if she have to.
I wouldn't do nobody. I hate when they do stuff like that. Like if I wouldn't have even, I definitely wouldn't have allowed that to even come up. That's not cool. Like Kiki shouldn't have brought that up on camera. Even if she was saying it, I wouldn't have.
Kiki shouldn't have brought what up on camera?
She shouldn't have said that to Stormy.
Why not?
I I guess
It's not
because
gonna hurt Stormy's business.
that's what I'd be afraid of.
It's
I
not going to, because one person who talks about any and everything don't like your products mean that the masses are gonna listen to them and stop.
I mean it does. It can.
No,
That's bad.
absolutely, Marsha.
Absolutely not. Just like people thought that Stormy joining this show was gonna hurt her business. I kept telling y'all it ain't gonna do nothing but help her business. Even if she acting like a ghetto mess, people still gonna buy it, and it excelled. So no, no.
Now, I will say when we get to talking about her business, I mean, I thought the show was very interesting with that guy, her
Yeah.
COO there today. Whenever I thought that was very,
Kyle was his name. That we can go on and talk about that now. So Stormy,
So that's it with the party. And don't nobody have
what
nothing to say.
oh, I will, but Callie went
yeah,
to something else.
we could go to whichever, it don't matter.
We can I know how to circle back. Go ahead, we can talk about that. So she has a purse. She almost lost her business. Was it
Right.
2 years ago?
Well, she said
Somebody,
in June of 22.
yeah, 20, oh Lord, a year ago.
Yeah.
And this guy, she brought him on board. Somebody was forging checks. She never said who that was. Who? And I
She
was
said they
thinking,
was forging her signature. Did she say
mm-hmm.
on checks? Well, I just thought
Well, what else would they? What? Okay, go ahead.
maybe on contracts or something. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but I
Yeah,
wasn't sure
go
if
ahead.
that
Mm-hmm.
specific. So all of the different lawsuits that are out there on Stormy, you just never know what's real and what's not. And how, if somebody did forge your name on a lot of documents, they are still going to
Mm-hmm.
sue you, even though it wasn't you. I don't, it just opened up my mind to just different things about Stormy and her business. I mean, it just kind of made me a little bit more aware that she may not suck as bad as the reviews and people talk about her. You know, maybe none of, maybe all of that. Some of it might be true and some not, but it clearly she had other issues going on and not just that somebody didn't pay a bill or something like that. I thought it was very good part of the show.
What got me was I was thinking, well, how successful was her businesses when she joined the show? Like this show really did help her
Oh,
because she
20.
was about to lose it all. When did she join the show?
I think it was probably, she's only been on
21?
her season. It was just, their seasons were long. They last
Yeah.
a whole year.
Uh-huh.
So it was probably 21, 22.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that
so
was
she was
Yeah, because
that right there.
film they film in two parts, but they literally have enough episodes for the whole year, only taking a break in the last couple of years, been doing the
yeah.
early fall. So they pretty much come on, we'll run this through Christmas, around Christmas, and they'll start filming probably January or February.
Mm-hmm.
So things move really, really fast because I remember before the show was even on, and I would see Stormy's post on Facebook, and I would go and comment about the product because they were always talking about the hair growth with that hair serum. And
Hmm.
she said she's only been in business for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like that stuff was a long, long time ago. So her business has really ramped up quick if you think about it.
Hmm.
I,
Yeah,
I,
it ramped up. Now, to be out, like I said, her marketing was superior. When she mentioned that she wanted to focus on that part, her marketing, in my opinion, was superior. She was a really good example during COVID of like doing them little short commercials, and her
Mm-hmm.
little shorts used to emulate movies and stuff. And I
yeah.
think I told this before, was she did a whole Friday scene. Her husband was in it
Yeah, we
and
saw that. Yeah.
somebody else. Like she was like
Mhm.
crackhead Felicia, but instead of asking for a VCR, she was asking for this truth serum.
Right.
They did the whole thing. It was really cute. And I remember I was like, let me try this serum. Like after seeing so many of them, I was like, let me get this serum.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was really good at it. Her marketing has been it's creative.
But I
Yeah,
think she did a good job, but somebody was stealing from her, and that's probably why she lost the money or was about to lose her business.
and her house.
Um,
The guy
and
said,
her
and your
house, in
yeah.
your house, man, that was deep. So, and they said they hope that she'll be making 10 million a month. So, good
Listen,
luck, Stormy. I hope you do.
yeah, I just that was
I,
impressive to hear. That was impressive.
that was, and it was kind of sad. And I wonder. And she said no more snakes and no more blinders. So hopefully she got that person out of her business.
Yeah. So there is one thing that I thought, and I wrote it up and I started to send in a message earlier to y'all, but I just don't really know how to say it with that because I don't want to offend anybody. But I
Go
just think
ahead.
I think it's really interesting, and it just hits me in a weird way when we have a black owned business that has a good product and they're doing everything they need to do to try and be successful and they're almost there, but then
Mm-hmm.
somebody always has to step in and save them. And then if you think about some of the
Mm,
companies that have gone through that, think about who steps in to save them. And then I
mm,
would like to know why. What's happening? Why is that person the one that's able to save you? Think it happened with Carol's daughter, big
mm-hmm.
time. Um, God, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but just think about that. If you just think about some of our black-owned businesses that are good businesses that struggle and have to be saved, look at who steps in and saves them. So
Mm.
when I think about black-owned businesses, I mean we're black-owned, but are we black-run? I mean, is that really what's making us successful?
I
Does
think
that
that
That's my thought. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but that's my honest
I
question.
understand. Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying. I just
Uh-huh.
think that a lot of us don't go to school for business. And a lot of black owned businesses that beat the test
They
of
say that.
time. It's because they have had trial and error. A lot of people not going to school for business. A lot of us are second generation business owners that can tell you, no, do this, don't do that. Here is my good accountant. Have this person do this. Stormy said she started her business with $900 in her kitchen, and it just
Yeah,
blew up. And so she was a beautician, so her
right.
stuff is trial and error.
But I think what Callie is saying is that why is it not like uh,
Why can't we
a
get into the
black
business?
person? I'm just gonna say it. Why can't it be like Beyonce helping somebody, or I mean, just a black person who's good at business helping the business stay successful? Is that what you're saying? Why does it have to be a cow, or is that
Well,
what you're saying, Cal?
a little bit, kind of,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't. I think that if you're about to lose everything, you try to find the person that can turn it around quick, fast, in
exactly,
a hurry.
exactly, and
And
that seems to
I
be
don't.
the
You
same
got you.
person.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You don't always. You have to be able to have access, and is that something that they do? Trying to find a black person in Huntsville,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you have to do that very specific things. Because I mean,
Yeah.
if he COO, that may have been some. You need somebody to run your books. She couldn't have done it.
Right,
Mm-mm.
right, yeah.
You understand what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I do,
Oh, we get it. Yeah. Well.
I do understand that, and I mean that for a lot of other businesses, and we can go all the way back. How did NWA? Don't let me get to talking, y'all, because my mind. NWA. I mean, how did they get popular? How did they were selling stuff out their cars, but when it came to the concerts and everything, their manager was that little sweaty man, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Heller.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
when you think about Dr. Dre and Dr. Dre being he wanted to leave Suge Knight, he wanted to leave them, and Jerry Levine got him out of that.
Yeah.
That's also a white man. When you think about, I'm gonna shut up, but I
I
think y'all
mean,
get my
they
point.
run business, Callie. We live in the United States.
I
This
know
is
we
their
do.
this
It
they run businesses. We
Yes, they,
we
they
don't
do run
own no
businesses.
record labels.
So
We
But
don't
now we probably do. Now
now
we
we
do,
probably
kind of,
do.
I mean
right?
So
most of the
But not
black
then.
then
most black people that own labels are sub labels. No, we black. I don't know if there
so
is a
when will that change?
non
Can that
sub
change?
label
Will it
that is
always be
owned by
that
a
way?
black
Will we
person.
always need somebody else's help? Okay,
I'm
that's
just
it. I'll get off that topic because I'll
I
be going
think we
down.
will. I mean, because I mean, we don't spend our money within our own community. We go out and make sure we buy from all these big designers who are not our color, and so I don't know. I mean,
Well, listen, I'm definitely still proud of Stormy. It was just a question
I
that
am too.
comes up when I see those situations. That's all.
All right.
Anyway,
Anything? Do y'all want to talk about what we done with Stormy and her? We just wish her well. We're happy she's on the right track, and I do think she said Akon has his own. I don't know.
Akon does.
I don't know. I've never
Akon,
even.
he
He
might.
might. I'm not. I'm not
Club label. I mean, it's
like.
like it's a lot of label owners, but
Yeah.
we sub. They're under somebody.
Like they under Capitol
Right.
Records or they're under.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're under somebody.
It's by
Like that's
design that
what
a good
made
record
like
ends up having outside of company.
who is it? Tyler Perry. He actually is not under anybody.
Yeah. He's
That's
not.
100% his studio. And he's
Mm-hmm.
not the first black person to own their own studios, by the way, because the guy, I can't think of his name, he owned
Is
one
it
in like
Johnson?
an odd place. I don't know his name. He was on Sister to Sister. He played the father.
Mm-hmm.
He owned a studio. So it
Okay.
was in an
Yes,
odd.
he did. I know you. Yes.
What about Tracy
Yes.
Edmonds? Does she or are they under somebody? Because she has Edmonds Studio.
Almost, I don't know.
Because Babyface got long money, so maybe not. But that don't mean nothing. It is by design that a good black business ends up having an outsider come in to get a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
I think that's what you were saying, Callie,
But
pretty
I
much.
Yeah.
also think
Yeah.
that sometimes this is the unfortunate part. This is the unfortunate and the reality. Sometimes you have to go to the person that knows business. Just
Mm-hmm.
because you had a barbecue shop don't mean that you can tell me how to run my business. I need somebody
Right.
specific area to get my books right, to get my situation
Right.
together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, I do.
sometimes it ain't. Unfortunately, we can't find nobody in good era, in good time that
Mm-hmm.
can come in that look like us to do it.
Okay.
And she
that,
knows
and so
this guy's
that's
track
the
record,
yeah,
probably. Yeah.
that's the question, and that's kind of the issue. I mean, are we just not out there to anyway? But like I
It's not
said, that goes,
accessible.
yeah,
Yeah.
that goes long with me, so I don't want to hold up the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I get you. And maybe she needed help so fast that she didn't even get to
Right.
like research. Like
Right.
she was drowning.
Yeah,
So
and that's
yeah.
usually where they all are when they,
Mm-hmm. Instead of starting in the beginning and trying to find a company to help, we're always reactive instead of proactive. But I think
That is,
we'll learn eventually. We'll
yeah,
learn eventually.
that's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my whole point because we don't know. It's just
Yeah.
certain areas
Oh
that
my God.
generationally we just don't know. And then our children so weird. They don't
Yeah.
never to give
That's
what
true.
we built with the, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're in a strange situation. I mean, it's
I mean,
little bitty. Haven't
yeah,
y'all been places as an adult and you be like, I'll give you a stupid example. I love lamb and I buy these lamb ribs and I went to go get some and that they said, well, the father died and the son be tripping. That kind of stuff ticks me
Right.
off.
Me too.
Because
Me
the
right.
too.
father built a whole business
And he don't
and
want
he has
it.
been consistent and you ain't doing what your daddy left
Yeah.
you
That's
doing.
Right.
crazy.
You got 4 lines. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
You
ahead,
want
Callie. What you finna say?
nothing. I was just really looking at Latoria's comment. Do you want to go to
Okay.
Melody now?
Yeah. Let's do I circle back. So what do y'all think about the name change, the ceremony of it all?
It was over the top,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was sweet. I thought it was a tearjerker. I mean, it was over the top, and Melody's over the top, and I am definitely okay with it. She's over the top. I enjoyed it.
I mean,
And
I feel like the people who had an issue with it ain't never watched the Housewife show
for some,
because these heifers be doing. They would have done probably 18 times more than
I
what
mean,
Mel did. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it
yeah,
was just like I don't know what age range y'all women are in,
yeah,
but for you not to, or you don't maybe watch reality
me,
TV.
yeah,
But this is what's done on reality TV. Like
yeah.
this is what people. I mean, Sheree had a whole sip and see for a baby who was asleep. Like this is what we do. So I didn't understand.
It was
Or
over the top.
grandbaby.
It was over the
Right,
top.
I'm even
Yeah.
like, I could kind of if it was her baby. It was a
right. It was a whole grandbaby.
But what did you think about her friend
Miss
saying?
B said it was too much. Go ahead.
Right. Her friend that said, "Well, I know we're here to celebrate the changing." But she said, "But I want to celebrate the fact that you had that name because it gave you the kids, which gave you
Mm-hmm.
legacy." So,
Mhm.
and that was what's her name? Tiffany? I forgot her name.
Shanita,
Oh,
her friend
Shanita
Shanita.
Foster. Shanita
Mm-hmm.
Foster. Okay, so I thought that was sweet. I thought what she said was sweet. I thought it was over the top. It might have been a bit too much, but it's melody, and so it was fine to me. It just
So,
that's just how she does things. It
so
was
Miss
nice and
B,
funny,
why do
but
you
just
think
too
it
much
was
fun.
too much? What was too much about it? I'd
What
like
I
to get people. Go ahead, Joy.
The only thing I thought was interesting about it, I said her and Giselle need to put some steps going into their marriage.
Girl, you know
Right.
that's in my notes. That is in my notes. I said Miss Nell almost fell in
Nell
that little
almost
dress,
broke her
honey.
ankle.
Miss Nell in that little dress trying not to show her little vagina. Honey, she was like, she was like, if they don't get some steps out
Mhm,
these houses, but
And Alabama is very hilly.
mhm.
her here too.
So you're lucky to have a straight backyard. Or if you got a straight backyard, usually your driveway on the incline or going up or
Or
something.
get a
Like
railing or something. We need a post. We need something to hold to. But I
Mhm.
felt like it was kind of kismet because she went back to her last name. It was on her birthday, which is 11/11. When it aired, and it was kind of like a rebirth, I guess. And I don't know if they saved that episode for her birthday or if it just happened to line up that way. But I mean, I
oh,
thought
that
it was
would
cute.
explain why it's a filler. If that
Uh
was
huh. It's her
that,
birthday. Yeah.
if they would explain it. Hmm.
That's why I was. I think it was just meant to be shown on her birthday. Um, but I didn't think it was bad. I felt like if it's what she needs to do to heal, let it be what she needs to do to heal. I mean, she could be the first to do it. I don't even know if she's the first to do it. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
I've heard of divorce party.
Now, this is
Or
the first name changing one I've heard of. So,
so, do you think people will start doing it?
no.
I think they will. I feel like it's just like the first
Yeah.
gender reveal. When now these people are trying to top each other with airplanes and crap. Like somebody will do something little and then it'll just explode. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I still think it was nice. It was over the top, but so be it.
I don't necessarily get the gender reveal parties. Like
Right.
I would be like, do you feed people here? Because you usually outside. Do you like what you do? Just stand around and just wait for that singular event?
I've never been to a gender reveal. So that's why I said whoever comes up with this stuff and then people just do it. I don't understand. I've been
I
to
did
baby showers.
I did
They're
a
getting out of control, though. These
I've
gender
been to a
reveals.
They're
virtual
out of control. Yeah.
I've been to a virtual one where everybody was given these cupcakes, and on a Zoom, people had to eat the piece of the cupcake.
Oh.
And one part, my aunt actually had the one that had the baby sex in there.
Okay, Miss B
And
said, I mean, just the point of going back to her maiden name, just go back. No, just divorce and take your name back and move on. But I mean, that could be your story. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, because people to me sometimes do the stupidest things, but I'm like, that's their life. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to spend their money on. And I feel like on the show, you either watch it or you don't. Like, if you don't want to watch that part, fast forward. Like, I don't understand why so many people were so upset about it. It was just weird to
I
me.
don't think that they were upset. I mean, it really wasn't an interesting scene. I didn't understand the emotions. I guess it's maybe to take your power back
Hmm.
type thing.
And yeah,
I
and I think it was all her family, so they may have been. You know, if you look at your family member crying in a closet
Yeah.
over some infidelity or whatever, or just even a divorce,
Not the
and then they
closet.
what I mean, people do go in the closet and cry because they don't want people to see them cry. You know what I mean? People, a lot of people hide, go in the bathroom or the closet or whatever because they want to seem strong. And then you see them build themselves back up and be okay with it. That was probably their emotions, but I haven't witnessed this kind of stuff happening to anybody before, so I don't know.
Do y'all think she only invited the Fletchers?
Yes, I think she. I don't think she invited anybody else. Okay, this is a question. It was nice, but Miss Nell was wrong for pulling her aside on the day of celebration to talk about what Martell said. that should have been done after the party. What do you think about that?
She was talking to her
Yeah,
like a
she
friend.
was wrong. She was wrong. But somebody, that's one of those producer moves to me. The producer said you got to get up there and be a part of the ceremony somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I really wish she would have waited though. Why do you think she didn't invite anybody else?
That's why I
If you
was.
think about the other couples on the show, well, why not invite Kimmy? But I can see why not invite Tisha and Marcy.
Why not invite Stormy?
Her and Stormy aren't talking really right now.
Right.
Why?
And
I
Because
well,
don't
her
know.
you remember the tea thing? The mama don't like. I mean, there's some other
Oh, the
stuff going
mama.
on. So no,
does
she
she
wouldn't have been
think what
invited.
her mama thinks she believes?
I don't know, but no, I do remember her saying, "I don't think I can be a friend with somebody whose mama don't like me. I've already experienced that with Tisha," and she was like, "I just don't want another mama going live talking about me all the time." I
Oh,
mean, but that don't mean that Miss Betty will be like Miss Wanda, but maybe she's just protecting herself. And it, I don't know. She invited people who knew her as a Rogers, but did the Fletchers know her as a Rogers? I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Maybe she invited the Fletchers because they were pretty upset that Martell made them testify in court. They were
or
mad
maybe
about
they
it.
made her. She had to invite somebody.
Somebody, yeah, and that was her safe bet.
Oh,
Mhm.
Because somebody from the cast probably would have to be there for them to film it. Do they have to? I mean, well, I
no,
don't know if that's true either. No, that's not true. No, yeah. Y'all have anything else?
Maybe they wanted to them to invite. You got to invite somebody. Who you gonna invite?
Let's
do
see what else I
anything.
have. Oh,
But
let's go to the
do we want to
Fletchers.
talk
Oh, go
about the
ahead.
Fletcher kids?
That's what I was about to say. The Fletcher dinner. I have to go back and forth to my notes because they're on my phone. So, what do y'all think about the Fletcher family?
Lance sure is cute.
Who is Lance?
Lance is her son.
Is that the one with the big old hair?
No, he's the one. He's the first one that came in with the braids
Oh,
to the
yeah,
back.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. I know who it was.
That's Flex, right?
No, that was Lance. Flex has the
So,
big dreadlock
Who was
looking
the
braids.
one that was the dog that was talking about the
that's
dog?
that's Fletch. That's Fletch.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so Lance was cute. Lance was, well, I don't remember what Lance looked like. Can somebody send me a picture?
I don't
Sure.
know. I was
Okay,
just
so Lance was cute. What do you think about them, just their dynamic as a family? Because it seems like she was upset that they go to Chris instead of her. But do you understand why? Because I think I understand why.
I mean, he a level head. She a hot.
Right. She go like snaps. Um, what do y'all think about the dog situation?
I think she got a point, and she don't. I mean, you can't. But I mean, they must have fell in love with them dogs to be hold on to them. He must have. I wonder did he breed dogs? I wonder is that the is
Girl,
that's what I was thinking when I was watching it.
okay, let me give you these numbers. Let me go to my notes. Um, the vet bill was 3,800. It cost 6,000 to get him out of jail, and the dog cost 3,500. What kind of dog cost $3,500?
It must have. It was a probably a special breed of some sort.
It's
And
gotta be.
they have good dogs too. I always say Alabama, Tennessee is the best place to get your dog.
God, thank you. I got you for free,
They got
but
farms and stuff there. We have them here too. Here in
yeah, and
McLean.
Kentucky does too. Because I got my one of my chihuahuas from Kentucky, but I ain't gonna do that no more. Because she had a
What's the
dog meal,
name of
but
this new dog? I think it's called something. It looks like a teddy bear.
so cute. I want one of those. I don't know what it's called, but I want it. They might need a family spinoff. That we asked, do you think they're going to replace somebody? So, Marsha, you think they're going to have a spinoff, or do you think they're going to replace a couple?
I
That
don't
was a
think
question.
so. Somebody asked something about on Twitter, and Carlos King answered it. It has something to do with the Fletchers, and we got
Mm-hmm.
this. Y'all been sitting on this, and we ain't seen. It was something like that. And Carlos King said, "I've been trying to get the Fletchers for years.
That they, I think, yeah, he said that he wanted them, and Nell did not want to do it.
Well, I I
Yeah.
mean, it's definitely a story there to be told because I want to know why Kiki can't seem to keep a job.
Okay, and this another thing. She lost her job for childcare, but who owned the childcare business?
Thank you, her auntie. So what the heck was you doing,
Why the heck
Kiki?
did you lose your job for childcare and your family member owned the daycare?
So she must have
I,
decided to not come. Okay.
one of the who was well, the girl who was like, you lost, she said you lost another job, and she was like,
Yeah.
why did you lose this job? And then she said, because I couldn't get childcare. And
Childcare, which is
Oh,
weird considering her auntie owns a childcare business.
I'm thinking now got a daycare. I didn't understand. Maybe I don't know. I just felt
I
like the whole
mean,
dynamic was weird.
she, you know what? You have to be really careful with childcare and relatives. That's almost a dangerous situation because
That's
she
true.
also gotta pay to keep that child there, and you wrong if you don't pay. You know what I'm saying? And keep bringing that child back.
Well, I
That's
understand
true.
that, but I would feel like maybe
The
she could have kept the
business.
child until she found another babysitter so she didn't lose her job. Like, can you keep them for like 2 weeks while I find a babysitter? Like,
Oh yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? I'm not saying forever, but
Yeah,
I'm
that
just like, how you lose your job? But I did think the dynamic was very, very interesting, and I was here for it. Um,
what I want to
but why
know.
did the son go to jail? Did they say
I was
why or
just
no?
saying,
No way.
They didn't say.
For $6,000, that's a lot of money, right?
that means
That
it was
means
a
it was 60,000 because it's
thousand.
10%.
Yeah,
What is that? What?
Because
yeah.
they paid 10%, which was 6,000, which would be 60,000. So
Because I
what
was
did he do?
like,
So
yeah,
he stole 60. What did
No, that's what they paid for his bail,
Oh, oh God.
and you got to pay 10%. Does anybody watching know what he did or? So, oh, here we go. Lance is Chris's son. Is that true? I thought Fletch
Fle-
was Chris's son.
yeah, Fletch is Chris's son. Lance is Nell's son.
Nell's son. Yeah. I thought it was
Lance is the
interesting that they
oldest.
both came into the relationship with a kid.
and that
Yeah,
were
they were
one
both
month
about a
old.
year
They were
old.
the same age.
Right. Isn't that crazy? I wonder what their exes are doing. I'm so nosy. I need to quit asking that. Why was Miss Nell want to keep her kid? Yeah, so that's somebody else that too. So many questions. We need more of the family. I
That's
agree.
why I said it was so many questions. It was more questions than it was, whatever. But all I know is we've been sitting on this gold mine and we've been hearing all this other stupidness.
And I know because I'm tired of hearing about the cheating and the coochie and the Martell and Mel. Like we could be bringing up and Tiffany being a Karen and Kiki drug addiction or not drug addiction. There's so much more they could be talking about. And I feel like if they did bring the Fletchers on, it would add a very good dynamic that we want to see, and it'll be
I mean,
something
they
so
they
new.
they're on. They're in the they're in the opening credits.
Hmm. I mean, they have their own confessional and everything. Like
Yeah.
Are they
they,
in the opening credits
no,
now?
they just have no. Are
Oh,
they?
I was gonna say I didn't
Yes, they
notice
are.
it.
So is Kiki.
Kiki is, but not them.
I had
Let me
not noticed
here. I'm
that.
finna go. I'm finna go. I'm
Go
watching.
watch it. They're not. They're in a confessional, but I don't think they're in the opening credits. They will be next season. I tell you that. Um, let's see what else I have about them.
And I was thinking Melanie forced them to invite her to their event too. They want to be in every scene. They want to be invited
Oh,
everywhere.
you think that they forced Melody to invite them?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Nell said, and I wonder if they are working together to get the Fletchers on the show. Like, I wonder if Mel and Mart, because I feel like even Martell, when Chris came to his house, I don't know if that was planned or not, but Chris became part of that scene when him and Marceau was having they talk. I don't know if Chris was supposed to be there. So,
Oh,
um,
I got you.
um, anything else? Okay, next week they're going to more continuation of the Fletchers. Did you hear that daughter? She said either you haven't been in my life until I became 28. Is that what she was saying?
It was something like that.
Girl,
Which
I need to.
daughter said that?
Or was it the cousin? It was the one with the white boyfriend. Is that a daughter or a cousin?
Oh,
They're
that's
not in the
Nell.
open.
That's
I just
Chris's
watched.
daughter. That's his first child.
Right. So she said that. And I was sitting there like, what?
Wow.
And then Nell, she told her to shut the F up. And
Yeah.
so I was like, this
Oh,
is gonna be good.
Jesus.
I don't know how to work this thing to
I thought
invite
they
anybody.
got real disrespectful, you know. You know, kids. I'm watching, what is that, Basketball Wives? I can't
I
yeah, it
don't know
was
how to
on
comment.
Basketball Wives. I can't think of that girl's name. But her and her mama don't talk. So she invited her
Oh,
mother to a sit down. And when she invited her mother to the sit down, her mama, like, finally they showing that somebody mom was like, I don't know why you're embarrassing this whole family, bringing all our family drama on TV.
what?
Yeah, and they aired that.
Oh, we can't be on here too much longer because it's almost 7 and the shows come on.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah.
let's see. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right. We will be on tomorrow to do Married to Medicine and Potomac about the same time.
Okay.
The week of Thanksgiving, though, I would not be in town, so we would have to do that Tuesday unless y'all want to go without me, which is week after. But anyway. Oh, Tori, you can. Is it Tori? We're gonna let Tori in, then we got to go. Hold on. How do I do this? Okay.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hello,
Yeah, go
can y'all
ahead.
hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Question. Did Tiffany look ill to y'all in the confession? Like she didn't look sickly or face kind of pale or anything like that to y'all? She didn't look like she was sick.
Mm-mm.
I kept noticing that, and then she had these two dark things like in the middle of her eyes. I don't know. Y'all just go
Oh,
back and look at that.
look. I just looked at her paparazzi. I need to quit doing that.
Also, Tiffany is a prime example of a goddamn Karen. Period. That's what I want to say about her. I feel bad for taking up for her all the time because I done had enough of Tiffany. So y'all won't be having me taking up for Tiffany no more at all. Far as Kiki, because George very double set of talking about Kiki don't have a business, but Tisha didn't have a business from season 1 through 3. Mel had to encourage her to get up off her ass to really do something. So we're not going to talk about Kiki not having
Facts.
a business. I don't think Kiki needs to do is start a t-shirt line, okay, and just title it "Ignoring Me Get You Baptized."
They
Hello.
still on show.
And my
Well, get
last
you
thing I want to
baptized,
talk
not the
about,
baptism, child.
the last thing I want to talk about is nail ceremony. It really did inspire me. And it inspired me not so much as like name change or anything like that. It inspired me far as celebrating self. Sometimes we all get so busy doing stuff for everybody and being everything for everybody that we forget to celebrate us. And I thought it was beautiful rededicating herself back to God, back to her family, and just getting back to who she is, the core of who she is. And I just thought that was kind of beautiful and it inspired me to make throw a party for myself, just to say, hey, job well done. I'm happy. So I really liked it. And then also,
And
did y'all peep
go
that
ahead.
that was her singing?
Yeah, that's her song. That's what I was gonna say. She wrote that
Take
song,
me
"Take Me Back,"
back.
and it was saying what you were saying. Take me back to my old self before I was all of this. So I think it was all tied in.
And my last thing is this, because I noticed y'all didn't talk about it, but Nell is a liar. I like Nell and all. She's giving us the right type of energy and things that the show need. But she indeed lied to Mel when she tried to make it seem like Martell brought the situation up and everything when she the one brought it up. That started the whole thing. To
No,
be
we did talk
honest.
about it. You might not have been on yet. We talked about it.
Okay, but that's what I just want to say that Nell, we know that Nell is a liar.
You know, Joy brought that up because she defended Martell. All right. Let's okay. So we're gonna get off here because what comes on first? Potomac about to come on, so we got to go. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm on my phone, so I don't know how to put up our QR code, but just follow everything. Chatter up. Can y'all hear me? Am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Anything else, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mel's return to ceremony was fabulous. Did y'all see the Strings of London? I don't know what Strings of London is. Hi, Georgia. We miss you, Georgia. Is that the same Georgia or is that
Hi,
somebody else?
George.
Are you
I
the
don't
same
think it's
George?
somebody else.
Oh, it
But
might be
wait,
somebody else.
what Strings of London? What I miss?
What is Strings of London? Then we got to go. Is that? I don't know if that's the same Georgia. But we will be back
I don't.
tomorrow about 5. It's 5:30, y'all ladies.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, and then I
Okay.
already have our chat stick moment of the week. So unless y'all want something else, I already got it. All right.
For the
We're
whole
good.
week? It
For
just started.
Potomac. No, for Potomac. You know, I have what I want to talk about in that moment. So it's the Candace, the girl saying, she said
Oh.
Monique wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. You got it. Okay. Well, y'all, peace it out. We'll see y'all
Peace out.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Peace out.
Thank you all.